अगर AWS में नेटवर्किंग स्टार्ट करनी है तो आपको सबसे पहले VPC समझना जरूरी है. In this video, we will create VPC from scratch, create a public subnet, one private subnet, understand CIDR, and see how route table actually works. No unnecessary theory, straight practical. So, what is VPC? VPC stands for Virtual Private Cloud. Simple language में VPC is your own private network inside AWS. Just imagine AWS gave you your own isolated data center network. For this use case, we will use this architecture. In this, you can see this number 10.0.0.0/16. This is a CIDR range for VPC. CIDR defines how many IP addresses are available inside our network. For this tutorial, we are using this. This gives us a large number of IP addresses. Inside this, we will divide our network into smaller subnets. So let's start with creating the VPC. Okay, so we will just go to VPC and we will just create VPC only. We will just give me a name. We have selected a CIDR/16 and we'll just create. Now we have our own isolated network inside AWS. So I said we will split it into smaller networks. So we will create subnets for that. We'll just go and create. We'll select our VPC, just name it public sub. And CIDR for this will be this, right? From architecture itself. You see? Yeah. So coming back to this, we'll just create. So we have created a public subnet. Now we'll create a private subnet. So private sub CIDR will be 2.0/24 and create. So we have completed with the AWS VPC and we have created two subnets, private subnet and a public subnet. We need to run EC2s in this, but before that, we need to create route tables. One important thing, not just a thing. Just naming a subnet public or private doesn't make it a public or make it a private. Whether a subnet is public or private depends on its route tables. So, what is a route table? A route table tells AWS when traffic wants to go somewhere where I should send it. So, we will just go to route tables and create. For now, we can see this is the default route table for not for the default VPC. If we go and see this, we have a default route table, and it shows we have associated this route subnets with the default route table, which does not uh, gives us the surety that the private subnet is a private and a public subnet is a public. So for that, we will create two new route tables. Okay. So we will go to route tables and we'll just create private route. We'll select our VPC and we'll just create. And in subnet, what is this? We will just create one more route table and it will be a public route. We'll select our own VPC and create route. So now we have a default route and a public and a private route. So if we go to subnet, public subnet, In route tables, we will just edit route association. Instead of this, we will go and select our public route and save. So now our public subnet is associated with public route. Similarly, we'll go to private subnet, we'll go to route table association, private route, save. So now a private subnet is associated with private route. Technically, there is no special AWS resource called a private route table or a private public route table. They both are currently the normal route tables. The difference is the route inside them. A public route table should have is usually having a internet gateway, so it can connect to internet and we can have a exchange of data. Whereas a private route tables will have a NAT gateway, but we are not adding this currently. This will be in our next video. So for now, we have, let's see. So we have VPC, my VPC. Inside that we have two subnet. Each is one of them is associated with their route tables in short. So let's create EC2 instances, public and a private. I will just go and launch. Let's name public server, web server. So web server means it will be publicly available. So I will create new keyword. We'll edit the network setting. We'll choose RVPC and public subnet. We can have or not have this. Let's keep most of it as it is and launch. Until that, we'll create another sub EC2. That will be, let's name what is private. Let's name a DB instance. So we'll edit the network setting. We'll select private subnet, use existing by default, and let's launch. Okay, so we have created two instances. Let's see. Oh, before that, I will just show you once again. Our public subnet is 10.0.1.0/24 and private subnet is 10.0.2.0/24. Okay, so let's go to the public server and we can see 10.0.1.148. So this is the IP from the public subnet which we created inside our VPC. And if we go to DB instance, it has the private IP from private subnet of our VPC, that is 10.0.2.95. So in this video, VPC gave us our own private AWS network, CID defined IP range, subnet that divides network, and route table decides where traffic should go. But right now, our public EC2 is not actually public. Why? Because we haven't connected our VPC to the internet. In next video, we will add internet gateway, elastic IP, NAT gateways, and make this architecture actually work. So see you in the next one.